Hello and welcome to the 2024 IPF World Open Classic Powerlifting Championships. Presented by Leico and SBD, we are live from Druskininkai, Lithuania. This is day 6 of an 8-day competition. We've had a phenomenal competition so far. My name's Joe Whiteley. I am here this morning with Amelia Potter. And Amelia, what a phenomenal competition we've had so far.
Oh wow, yeah. I think we kind of say this every time. Wow, the powerlifting is getting so much better every year. It's getting more intense. The battles are getting harder. The quality is getting better. But it really is. You know, this year has been phenomenal, and there's not been one dull session. Even the sessions we thought were walkaways were close battles, and sometimes some big upsets. So I'm sure we're in for some more of that.
Well, we have some more battles tonight in the A groups. It's going to be Agata Shitko challenging the defending world champion, Karlina Tongatea. And in the 105s, we have Ashton Ruska coming to take the fight to Anatoly Novopismeni. But first, we're going to go through the B groups. And our first one this morning is the 76 kilo B group women. We're about 10 seconds from getting underway. And as the pips click down, we are underway, and we have Daniela Vella, Malta. And what a great team Malta has brought this year after barely existing as a powerlifting country before the IPF came to town last year for the World Championships.
Yeah, they've got a big team this year, but also a big group of supporters. It's really been lovely to see.
Daniela opening here with 130 kilos.
11 kilos below her personal best, which I imagine to be a Maltese record.
Nice and careful opener.
3 right lights, a good lift. She just struggled to get the start command there. The reason for that would be that she was leant over, and you need to be upright enough to get the down command from at least 2 of the referees.
Now here's Pia Marangoni, South Africa. We haven't seen her on the world stage since Halmstad 21. Great to have her back. 140 on the bar.
And I believe she competed as a master at the Open Nationals and won, and now is going to Open Worlds and Masters Worlds.
Oh, fantastic. Now, that was easy weight.
My thoughts exactly.
But not deep enough, unfortunately. But she's clearly strong enough, just needs to sink that a little bit further.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it can just be comp day nerves, and when you are out early and you want to get your squat done, sometimes you just cut that couple of inches that are really going to help you.
Ramona Kellerman, Hungary now for 150. Competing at her first World Championship, so she's picked a good one.
She has indeed, yeah. Opening 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
That's how you want your opener to look.
2 to 1, a good lift. Does get a depth call from the side referee, so let's have a look at that again in the replay. We know the jury have been active this championship, so that looks okay to me.
Yeah, that looks okay. Three referees were arrayed around the platform. It looks different from every angle. And of course, the lifters may sit into one hip more than another. Here's Mayara Cabral, Brazil, for 162.5. Another lifter at her very first World Championships. was easy.
Very comfortable for her. 3 white lights, a good lift. You want to make sure your open is something that you can retake 2 more times if you have to. Hopefully you don't, but under the circumstances, you need to be able to sink it and retake it if you must.
Here's Mia Kovacs. The Irish lifters always bring a lot of fire to the crowd. They make a huge amount of noise in the crowd, and when you look, there's maybe 2 of them.
Early morning, late night, they'll be here cheering.
Looking for 162.5 to open her account. That was a great opener.
Yeah, that looks super easy. 2 whites, a good lift.
You do often see a red light from the centre referee. It looks very different from the front than it does from the sides, but that should be fine.
Yeah, and I'd say 9 times out of 10, they will be fine. Oh, but this is a 1 time out of 10, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a surprise. It did look good from our angle. Jury clearly saw something different. Now here's Anna Rodriguez, Lithuania, opening with 170. Now she did 185 in Estonia in December at the Euros.
Yeah, Anna in the past has had some lifts taken away due to depth, so not always reached her maximum potential. She's very strong and she can reach depth. So hopefully that doesn't plague her today.
Look decent from where I am.
And there we go, curse is lifted, 3 white lights.
She's competed at the Euros several times, but this is her first World Championship. And it's always a good opportunity when the World Championship comes to town for some of the home nation lifters who might not be able to travel otherwise to get to compete at the highest level. Brittany Romas, Australia. 172.5 on the bar. Squatted 180 in Malta last year.
So considering where she's opening, it seems like some good progress has been made.
That's really nice.
2 to 1, a good lift. Gets a depth call from that centre referee. Like we said, usually should be okay, but as you've just seen with Kovacs, not always the case, so let's keep our eye on that. And I think she'll be okay with that.
Kristina Rakowska, Czechia, 180. Getting up into some big numbers now in the B group. So all the B groups will do their whole competition this morning, and then we'll have the 105 kilo B groups, and then we will have the prime time session with the top 8 from both weight classes later tonight, 7 p.m.
That was a lovely looking opener from Christina. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Here's Agnes Rusin. She is the European Junior Champion. Just passed into the seniors this year.
Yeah, and only 24 and almost a decade of competitive experience under her belt. She knows what she's doing. She was very competitive as a junior, so I'm excited to see her over the years build into the open class.
To the silver medal in Texas at the World Bench.
Three white lights, a good lift.
So we can expect a big bench from her when the time comes.
Of course, the bench record being quite a reach in this weight class because of Agata.
69s, 76s and 84s, it's all Agata Shitko. Here's Mara Hames, Germany. opening with a massive 187.5. She squatted 202.5 in Croatia in March. So we expect her to use this as an easy launch pad.
Wow.
Looking strong today.
You right, like a good lift. Yeah, lovely opener there from Mara.
So these openers, some of these openers wouldn't have been out of place in the A group only a couple of years ago. The progression in the sport has been phenomenal. We are through to the second round already, and here's Daniela Vella from Malta for her second attempt, 135. We're a little bit denuded in the competition hall today. We had quite a late night last night, and I think the audience were a little bit slow in filtering in today.
Did really well to keep moving that. The bar rolled up her back. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Slowed her down considerably though, maybe just because, as you say, the bar was moving, but maybe she's getting towards the top end. I think her hips just shot up. Have some aggression now from Pia Marangoni. Her opener was very smooth, very easy, just shy of a tiny bit of depth.
Yeah, like you said, strength absolutely is not the issue here. She looks super strong, actually.
Definitely better.
Yeah, 100% better.
Will it satisfy the referees? 2-1 it does.
Again, with one red light, the jury have the opportunity to overturn it. It's a 3-man jury this morning, so it has to be unanimous.
They don't seem concerned. And here's Ramona Kellerman from Hungary for her second attempt, 157.5. Now, I'm not sure she got all the way down there. And the referees aren't either. She seemed to get just about to parallel and then kind of scoop her hips around.
Yeah, a few athletes this morning struggling with depth. Actually looks a tiny bit better from that angle, but she's going to have to sink it a little bit more to please the referees.
Mia Kovacs, I think this is depth as well.
Yeah, it was. She looked really strong, and actually it got overruled by the jury. It was a red from the centre referee, I believe.
Yeah, that is unusual.
That looked a lot better.
And certainly the weight's not troubling her at all.
Certainly looking more animated now after that.
We all feel better once we've got one on the board. It is such a nervous moment coming out for your first squat.
Yeah, and everybody does now, which is great news.
Mayara Cabral, Brazil, 170. Had some great looking from Brazil. There's Sarah Tavares in the crowd. She had the grind of the competition last night for a final deadlift. Nearly took
incredible.
The roof off, yeah. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. She's got plenty of headroom to move up.
3 white lights. Yeah, I think with Tavares last night, her second looked like a strength issue, and then she came back on her third, and everybody clapped for the first 2 seconds and went, oh, you know, that's it. And she just kept going. It was incredible.
Anna Rodriguez, Lithuania. 177.5 for her second.
Yeah, her opener was really comfortable. Got 3 white lights. Let's see if she can replicate that now.
Oh dear. I think there might have been a dip.
I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately.
So if we get the front view replay on that one.
I thought she paused, but perhaps there was a downwards movement.
Yeah, I think it was tiny, but it was definitely there.
The jury have overruled it to a good lift. I think she kind of just paused it. It was weird though, because she continued moving it very easily, so I'm wondering what happened.
Just a little balance issue maybe.
This is to match Brittany's personal best.
182.5, 400 pounds. Yeah, it looks like she might have room to add a few kilos on her third. But it's not deep enough.
Let's have a look at that in the replay. We're quite at a front angle here in the booth. And I think that was more borderline, but with borderline, of course, it can go one way or the other.
We do say don't leave it in the referee's hands. You have to make it irrefutable. If you get 3 white lights, no one is overturning it. And if you make it absolutely undeniable, then it is not the referee's choice. Kristina Rakovska, Czechia, 187.5. Doesn't look much different to her opener.
No, looks really strong and undeniable. 3 white lights, a good lift. That's exactly how you want to be lifting, not giving the referees or the jury any chance to take a stab at you. Undeniable.
Here's Agnes Rudin. She's already up to 195. This is a huge squat.
Yeah, just 5 kilos below her squat PB.
Really bringing some aggression to the lift. Well, she's happy with it.
2 to 1, a good lift. She does get blues there from the side referee, so let's have a look at that replay.
So I don't think there's any downward movement, so it can only have been lockout. Maybe knees not locked. At any rate, 2 to 1 is good enough. And here's Mara James, 197.5. We are creeping closer to that 200 kilo barrier.
Still looking strong, and 2 to 1, a good lift.
Third round already, and here's Daniela Vella to come out for her third squat, 142.5 on the bar. Now this is a little bit unusual. She's taken a 5 kilo jump and then a 7.5 kilo jump.
I think the reason perhaps she's done that is try and go for that Maltese record that she had coming in, 141, and extend that by 1.5 kilos. Of course, you can't chip it here at an international.
And sometimes you do your opener and it's not as great as you might have liked, and your coach says, no, I'm only giving you 5 for your next, and then you smoke your second and you're convincing your coach as much as anything else.
Wow!
Oh, but it was just a stitch too far.
Yeah, there was one moment there that I thought, oh no, she's had it, and then she carried on. I was like, maybe she has got it.
She did fight that for a very long time. Can't say she didn't try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pia Marangoni bringing it to the platform. 147.5.
Stands her just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Using this for some valuable platform experience for her Masters Worlds in a few months' time.
I think she's a little bit more conservative with depth again there. Yeah.
Let's have a look at that again. It was a good fight from Pia. The coach goes over to the jury. This is the side she gets the red from.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get anywhere. But she got one in, and I think that's a good training point for her to work on until Masters Worlds. Sink it in training. Ramona Kellerman, Hungary, for her second attempt at 157.5. Going to wait for the referees on this one. Now a red and a yellow. Yellow card can be a range of infractions, so it's sometimes difficult to understand what the ref had in mind.
I think maybe for her elbows on her legs for supporting. It's hard to say.
The elbows touching the legs isn't a fail in itself. I think he's been called to, yeah, I can see him making that gesture. But I think he needs to understand that if it just touches, that's not a fail. It has to be supporting.
Yeah, some people's bodies are just built in a way that their arms are probably going to touch their legs.
The jury gave a little bit of instruction to the referee, but this is Mia Kovacs for 175. Ooh. I thought she'd got that going again.
So did I. But unfortunately not quite there. She obviously jumped that 2.5 from her opener to a second because of the depth pull. Probably had to sink it a little bit further than she was used to. And jumped 10, so probably just a little bit too much, but she is looking very strong.
Mayara Cabral, Brazil, gone all the way up to 177.5 for her final squat. Strength was on point.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Anna Rodriguez now, and she's fired up and ready for this. 180 on the bar.
She's done this weight before, and she is showing us an important lesson. Take what you have on the day. It's not always about PBs. It's about building those kilos. And it looked very comfortable, actually.
Yeah, on strength, certainly. She had a lot more in the tank there. Depth just in, but I would say she had another 5 kilos at least.
Yeah, I agree.
Brittany Romas missed 182.5 on her second, taking it again for her third. Australian team also tend to bring a lot of noisy supporters. That's what you'd like to see. Yeah, bang on.
BY Lightsey, good lift.
Kristina Rakowska, Czechia, for her final squat, 192.5.
187 was still so easy for her, looked really comfortable. She's lifting well.
She's got quite an upright style. I think it's that kind of style of squat that will look easy, 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 fail. There'll be no sort of struggle. She's quite quad dominant.
Oh, what a fight.
And she's made a liar out of me by grinding through.
2 to 1, a good lift. Does get a blue, I imagine, for downwards movement, but the bar can move side to side, it can jiggle, it can stop, as long as it doesn't move down.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to make that call. It was marginal if at all. Agnes Rudin now, and we are through the 200 kilo barrier. This is 202.5. Which will be an international PB anyway. She's done 200 at her last few competitions. Looking to just break through that here.
She nods as she locks it out. 3 white Lightsey, good lift and a strong start to Rudin's open debut here.
We have our last squat of this session, and it's Mara Hames, Germany. 205 kilos to close out her squat session.
I remember when it was unheard of to see that many women doing 200 kilo squats, and now we have 2 women over 200 in the B group.
That is a perfect way to finish your squat session.
3 white Lightsey, good lift, and with only 3 years of competitive experience, wow, she's got a bright future ahead of her.
So we have a single group here, which means we take a 20-minute break. Those are the results from the B group squats in front of you right now. We will take a 20-minute break, and we will see you back here for bench.
See them.
Welcome back. We are through to bench press. This is the women's 76 kilo B group. We'll have the A group lifting later today. Saw some great results on squat with Mara Hames hitting 205, Agnes Rudin 202.5, and Rakovska with 192.5.
Daniela is opening 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Oh, wow. So just taking a quick look at Daniela's results. Yeah, she's done 62.5 at both her competitions that I have listed so far. So to be opening at 60 shows that she's definitely made some progress. Yeah, and that did look like an opener.
Yeah, really strong. Just wait for that middle referee. Can't imagine too much wrong with that. 3 white lights, a good lift.
I'd like to keep the lifters in suspense for a little while. Here's Pia Marangoni. She struggled a bit on squat, struggled on depth. She was certainly very strong. Just needs to hit a little bit more depth on her squats. Opening with 70 kilos.
Very comfortable looking opener for Pia.
Yeah, she got a big PB of 75 at her nationals in April. And she did get called for elbow depth, so let's see that back from the front.
Yeah, she got a white from the centre referee who can see it better. And I think because she tucks quite a lot.
I was about to say, yeah, when you tuck your elbows in and bring it down on the triceps, then it can look a lot higher than if you've got a big wide flared bench.
Yeah, particularly from those side back angles.
Mayara Cabral, Brazil, 70 on the bar.
I think it's bench press PB is slightly wrong there. It says 177. Oh, unfortunately, no lift. She gets yellows from the side referee, so I'm going to have a look at the replay from the side and see there there's a butt lift there.
Yeah, she didn't leave much behind there. Which I think she made an error on her descent. The bar path suddenly swung around. But we have Ana Rodriguez now for 77.5.
Yeah, and only opening 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Hit 82.5 in Croatia. The PBs we have listed for people, sometimes they're a little bit out of date because they're submitted and then the lifter goes on to do another comp. And I think that's what's happened in this case. That was nice and easy.
Yeah, that is super comfortable. Plenty left in the tank there.
Mia Kovacs, 90.
Had a bit of trouble on squats. Looked strong on her opener. Just missed it. Got overturned with depth. Good on her second and missed her third.
Wow, so the best bench I have for Mia is 87.5 and she's just smoked 90.
Wow, it seems like she's made a lot of progress then, since then. And it didn't seem to be too long ago either.
Sometimes you hit your groove and things just start moving. Never all three lifts together though. Ramona Kellerman, Hungary, looking for 100 kilos to open her account.
A big opening bench, especially in the B group with 4 to follow. Looked really strong. I'm wondering about that right elbow, but hopefully she'll be okay. Yeah, there we go.
She did 106.5 at Hungarian Nationals not too long ago. So we expect to see her add a few kilos to that. And here's Hammes, Germany, also looking for 100 kilos. She did 110 in Croatia.
Wow, that was very easy.
Super fast.
Yeah, it looked like she had no weight on that bar whatsoever.
Kristina Rakowska, Czechia. She's looking for 102.5. Best we've seen from her so far is the 110 she did in Estonia, the 2023 Europeans.
A little bit scrappy on the way down, but looks good. 3 white lights. Seems to be a bit tentative on that descent, but moved well.
Next out, it's Brittany Romas, Australia, opening with a massive 105.
Seems to be a very well-rounded athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just taking a look at her history. She did 110 at nationals, but she has done 112.5 at her state competition. Nice and easy. If you do want to take a look at what an athlete has done in the past, which is great for scouting the competition, Open IPF is a great resource for that. It doesn't have everything, but it has a lot for a lot of the main powerlifting nations. Entirely put together by volunteers. Agnes Rudin now, Sweden, 112.5. She was out in Texas for World Bench, so we were expecting a big bench from her.
Yeah, she's always excelled at bench. I remember seeing a lot of her junior career.
Yeah, she was lifting equipped though in Texas, so that 177.5 I don't think we'll see today.
Two to 1, a good lift. Just get a depth pull from that right hand side, but if we look at that from the back angle,
So we missed the elbow depth on there, but it looks like it's a good lift at any rate. And here's Daniela Vella. We're through to the second round already. 62.5 on the bar now. She's taken quite a small increment.
yeah, and for some people, that bench really does drop off very quickly. Especially on bench, those smaller jumps can be really, really useful.
I'm the same, to be honest. I never quite know where my bench is going to be, so I start high, but I train that way. I train with heavy singles, so I'm used to taking heavy singles close together.
I actually looked like the right decision, because you need to remember as well, you've got 3 lifts. You don't need to go to your max point of today on your second. Leave room for your third. It's not always about the number you end on. It's also about how you get there, how you conserve your energy.
And we have Mayara Cabral, Brazil, now. She missed 70 on her opener. It was on butt lift. Now what you do find is that athletes that don't necessarily train on competition standard equipment, and if in her home gym the bench is much higher, then she's accustomed to be able to put that amount of leg drive in without her butt coming up. Yeah, there was no movement there, was there?
She was like, I'm not even going to use leg drive this time round. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Leg drive's overrated. I'll just lie on the bench. I think her stance was wider, actually.
Yeah, perhaps she thought with that narrow stance the leg drive was too powerful. I was speaking to Meg Scanlon's coach just in the break, who's a big bencher, obviously, and she normally has trouble with butt lift, and said actually on this new Eleiko SkyPad,
Right.
found it a lot easier to use leg drive without having that problem.
When the new Eleiko rack was introduced, I mean, I say new, I think it was all the way back in Helsingborg. It had a much harder bench. This is much softer pad. And that is 75 kilos for Pia Marangoni.
Yeah, matches her personal best and looks really comfortable.
Yeah, I think she got another couple of kilos there. But Eleiko listened to the athletes who were saying it was too hard, and they have made the improvement, and we had this softer pad all the way through the World Bench in Texas. Very well received. And here's Ana Rodriguez for 82.5. Matches her best from Croatia. Excuse me, I'm not sure it was Croatia or Estonia, but one of the very recent Europeans anyway.
Yeah, looks very comfortable. 3 white lights, a good lift. I believe she is 5 for 5 right now.
Mia Kovacs, Ireland. 95 on the bar. Her bench has come a long way in a short time.
Yeah, she looks really strong, having a much better time during bench. She did get a yellow from the side referee, so I just want to check that angle and to make sure her butt didn't lift, because the jury will be watching as well. I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely contact remained. Ramona Kellerman, Hungary. 105 for her second bench.
There are some big benches here, but like we said, it's unlikely anyone's going to reach that world open record in this group at least. It's 154.5, belonging to Agata Shitko.
She knocked all the bench records out of the park. She's been ranging about the weight classes, ruining everyone's life.
3 white lights, a good lift. That's a lovely second attempt as well from Rakowska. Sorry, from Kellerman.
And it's Rakowska next. She is looking to add another 5 kilos. 107.5 on the bar.
Yeah, looked a tiny bit tentative in her opener, but maybe was nervous about that elbow depth. Just wanted to get it out of the way, and she has, jumping 5 kilos to get 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Starting to approach her top ends now. Here's Mara Hammis, and she's having a great day so far. Got all 3 squats in, got a PB of 205. She's now looking to push her bench up to 107.5. But this is quite a big jump, 7.5.
Yeah, it is, and really close to her personal best as well. Wow, but she seems to handle it like a champ.
Looks like it's PB day today.
It's 2 to 1, a good lift, and like we said, she's been competing for 3 years. She's still only 26, and so she really has so much more potential that she's yet to fill out.
Here's Brittany Romas, 110 on the bar. And there's a little bit more to come there, I think.
Yeah, it looks comfortable. She's still clear to get one call for depth from the side referee. Let's have a look at her elbows here from the front angle.
And it'll be the right arm that referee's giving the red from. But I think it's just the angle he's looking at it from. It's so hard as a side referee to be looking at the feet and the butt and the head and the grip and everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in. Bench is so technical and there are so many infractions that can be made.
As a side ref on bench, you kind of have to defocus, you know, like the old magic eye pictures, where you kind of have to unfocus and try and look at everything at once.
And that concludes our second round of bench. We head now to the third and final round for this B flight before a 20-minute break heading into deadlifts.
.65 on the bar for Vela for her final bench. And it's a tough one, but she's pushed through.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Mayara Cabral, Brazil. Had a bit of a sticky start. She missed her opener, nailed it on her second. Looking for another 5 kilos here.
Yeah, she removed a lot of the leg drive on her second. Like you said, widened that stance. So great example of adapting to the situation. Wow.
And she's got such a narrow grip.
Yeah, I was going to say, 2 to 1, a good lift. It's reminiscent to me of how conventional is. You know, it slows down very quickly after that speed of the chest, but it gets pretty wobbly there.
Here's Pia Marangoni. This is a competition PB. And the numbers you do on the platform are very different to the numbers you do in training. So I think it's always worth keeping a separate tally.
That's a lovely third bench from Pia. 2 to 1, a good lift.
Yeah, another notch in her belt there.
Just getting a yellow from the side referee, so let's just have a look at that angle. Oh, it does look...
Yeah, she's hovering, isn't she?
It looks in dangerous
Oh,
territory.
she's off already. Yeah. She's miles off.
Yeah, unfortunately that's been overruled by the jury.
When you're hovering and your butt's coming up on the descent, then you've got no chance really. Well, here's Ana Rodriguez for 85.
This will be a platform personal best for Anna. Should she get this? She's looked really strong so far. This will put her at 6 for 6. One at a time, but she does it. 3 by lights, a good lift, and she seems pretty happy with that.
I think when you're struggling under the bar there and you get it all the way to the top, I think that is an absolute triumph.
Valiant effort.
Mia Kovacs. I don't know what has happened to her bench recently.
Seems to be absolutely flying, whatever she's done to it.
97.5 for her final bench.
Wow.
And it'll be 100 next time out, I think.
Yeah, she does get a yellow from the side referee, and to be only competing 2 years and already almost benching near 100 is absolutely incredible. Let's take a look at this replay though. Make sure she's safe. I think contact remains there. I think she might be okay. The hips can lift as long as the butt keeps contact with the bench.
And this is what happens when we have a wider cohort of women lifting. When I started, there was hardly anyone who'd go to a competition. I'd be the only woman, and a woman benching 100 kilos was something quite startling.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Several squatting over 200, several benching over 100.
Great lift there for Ramona Kellerman.
2-1. Again, we're going to keep an eye on that replay.
It was for elbow depth, I think. I think the right arm is just slightly higher than the left.
Got to say, it's quite hard to tell.
Kristina Rakowska, Czechia, 110 on the bar.
I think a 2.5 kilo jump based on her second is a sensible decision. Looking to collect every kilo they can, heading into deadlifts to build that total.
And that's the first time she's missed. Missing your third bench isn't the end of the world, really. And she left no kilos behind. She got 107, missed 110.
Yeah, and it seems like what potentially is her goal today could be a 500 kilo total, and she's still well on the way to that with a 480 predicted total with her deadlift opener.
Mara Hames for her final bench, 112 and a half.
Wow.
Easy.
We might like to say good lift, and as I keep saying, her future is very bright.
I think she had another couple of kilos in her there.
I absolutely agree.
But always better to say, I could have done more than I wish I'd tried less.
Absolutely. Get what you can on the day. Don't let ego get in your way.
Brittany Romas, she's having a nice day out, and she's looking for 115 to round out her subtotal.
Yeah, this will be a nice personal best as well for Brittany, should she make this. Also putting her in a great position to hit that 500 kilo total mark. Just a little bit too much today, but like with Rakowska, still well in the reach of potentially getting that 500 kilo total.
We do as powerlifters get attached to these arbitrary numbers,
Yeah.
just because it's a nice round number.
Satisfying to look at.
Here's Agnes Rudin. Now she's done 120 before, but her 117 and a half had slowed down quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen Agnes push through some very difficult benches, so if anyone in this flight can do it, I'm confident that it would be her.
Oscar Bjork there, the head coach from Sweden. I think she was actually coming off the chest before she got the command.
2-1, a good lift. I was actually a bit worried about elbow depth, but if the jury are happy with it, then it will stay as a good lift. So let's just keep an eye on it, as the jury do as well. Oh, it looks a lot better there. But yeah, very comfortable. I think it was the right number for her on the day.
So Agnes Rudin takes 120 with Hamas 112 and a half and Romas 110. These results will all go forward to the A group a little bit later. We're going to take a 20-minute break now, and I hope you'll join us back for deadlift. And we are back. The party starts when the bar hits the floor, and the bar has hit the floor. So we are ready to go on deadlifts. Quick look at how the B group has gone so far. Agnes Rudin is sitting with a subtotal of 322.5. Mara Hammis, who I have to say is having the day of her life out here, on 317.5. And Christina Rakovska has made 300 kilos at subtotal. So we're underway, and here's Daniela Vella, Malta, looking for 150 to open her deadlift.
As a personal best of 176.5. Again, another record in Malta, I imagine.
Quite a new powerlifting nation. It's great to see that they're putting teams together for most of the Europeans and World Championships we're going to.
Yeah, I think every couple of years we get a surge of a new country like building into it, and it's really great to see.
Ramona Kellerman, Hungary, 152.5. A little bit of work to do at lockout, nothing to be too concerned about.
You I like to say good lift.
We have Pia Marangoni out next. I can see that she did 174.5 at her national competition in April, opening with 160 here. It looked a little slow for an opener.
Yeah, and sometimes it is really hard to tell the lifter's style. You know, Hannah's always a great example of someone who's slow throughout until we see another lift, but she's had to travel a fair way. I think Masters Worlds this year is in South Africa, so hopefully
It is, yeah.
doesn't have that variable then as well.
Here's Anna Rodriguez, Lithuania. She's opening with 175 kilos. She had a bit of trouble in Croatia. She only got her opening deadlift in at 180, but she has done 190 in the past.
Three white lights, a good lift. I remember when 175 was the big milestone and 3 red plates, and now plenty of people are opening with it.
Here's Christina Rakovska for 180. Relatively conservative. She opened with 190 at the Euros in Estonia.
Yeah, that looked really comfortable, and that's what we expected. It's a good lift, and perhaps she's just not feeling 100% by the time the end of the day comes. Perhaps she just wanted to secure that total. Lots of reasons to take a light opener, and I'm sure we'll be able to tell more likely what the reason is when we see the sort of jump she makes to her second.
Here's Mayara Cabral, Brazil, looking for 182.5.
A little tough for an opener, I think.
Yeah, it worries me where she's going to go from there, to be honest. But she's on the board, and that's what matters.
Absolutely. Whereas Christina Rakovska was slow, it didn't look slow because it was hard, it just looked slow, whereas this looked a little bit hard, but like you said, She's got that total secured, and that is what matters right now.
Brittany Romas, 182.5 to open, and that was quick.
Yeah, more than comfortable. Very, very easy, in fact. 3 white lights.
And her best is 200, so we might see her take a big jump up to a second. Here's Mia Kovacs for 185. Now she put a ton of weight on her bench. So let's see what she's got on deadlift.
Bit of a froggy stance there.
Now that was super easy.
Yeah, she seems to have gotten really, really strong recently.
I think we'll see her burst through the 200 kilo barrier today.
Absolutely.
Agnes Rudin now, she's only with 190 against a current best of 210. Slow to break from the floor, but that can be the case with sumo. And our biggest opener of the B group, it's Mara Hammes, Germany. Now I have her best in competition as 202.5, but she's opening here with 200. We do struggle a little bit for BVDK results on Open IPF due to their format, so it may be that we're missing quite a few of her competitions where she's progressed her deadlift. But she's been working on that deadlift for sure.
Yeah, that was very easy. 3 white lights, a good lift, and with that, all 10 lifters have secured their total and can continue now into their second and third attempt and build upon that.
And 2 are already through the 500 kilo benchmark. Hammes and Rudin, both well above that now. And just taking a look at the comparative results, Hammes is on 517 and a half now, as we just see Ramona Kellerman do 165. But Hammes' 517 that she's got on her opening deadlift would have put her in the top 5 in the open class in the A group in the 2022 World Championships. That's how fast we are progressing the sport.
Wow.
Here's Daniela Vella. She's gone up to 165.
Pretty hefty 15 kilo jump there.
Yeah, let's hope it's warranted. And, oh, tough lockout.
Manages to though. And that is a good lift. Her personal best is about 11.5 kilos more than that. Not sure whether that's what she'll reach today, but it's very different on the international platform.
Here's Pia Marangoni. Looking for 167.5 for her second.
A lovely second attempt there from Pia in a good lift, 3 white lights.
$10 jump now for Anna Rodriguez. She's gone from 175 to 185.
Representing home soil here, Druskininkai. Three white lights, a good lift.
What do you think? Another 5 kilos might go on there?
Yeah, I think that wouldn't be unreasonable. And the day off on a strong 190, like we said, international platform, especially Worlds, is very different from any other platform you've likely stepped on before. So take what you have, and that'd be a strong end to the day for her.
Now, Mayara Cabral's taken a small increase, just 5 kilos up to 187.5.
Opener was hard and it didn't look too much different.
I think she might be running out of steam a little bit though.
Yeah, I think a smaller jump there for her third is probably sensible.
Kristina Rakowska now. Taking a 12.5 kilo jump to 192.5. And that stopped her in her tracks.
Yeah, it was a big jump after her opener, which didn't look, as you said, 100% smooth and easy. You have to take what's there on the day. It's not always your planned jumps.
I wonder if, just as she started to pull, the bar rolled towards her. I wonder if she didn't get her position quite right.
Could be possible. Like you said, we saw a big deadlift grind yesterday after, or missing it on what seemed like complete strength.
Here's Mia Kovacs, a 195. Looked great with 185. And looked pretty good with 195 too. And we have barely got through the replay, and there is a lifter on the platform already. It's Brittany Romas.
Yeah, the platform crew doing really, really well.
Really narrow stance on her deadlift there.
Really strong second attempt. Didn't slow down too much after her opener.
It's Agnes Rudin now for 202.5. We are punched through that 200 kilo barrier. She's done as much as 210 in the past, so this should be fairly comfortable. Does seem to be having a good day. looks like she might be reaching the limit of strength here, though. I was concerned about the slow break from the floor, but it just seemed to slow down a bit towards the top. And the last pull from the second round is Mara Hames, 212.5. Oh, just lost her balance. But the strength was there. She gets another crack at that. Really shaky at the bottom there, and she just tipped over as she reached lockout. I'm sure she'll get that next time. Into the third round, and it's Ramona Kellerman, Hungary, for 170. Took a 12.5 kilo increase to her second, little 5 kilo jump up to her final pull now. That is so hard at lockout. You do find this with conventional deadlifts. Mine is the same. I can get just about anything to my knees, but that last bit of lockout is always tough. So this is Daniela Vella for 170 to finish her day.
Just pushing through that lockout. There we go. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a perfect example of taking what she had on the day and ending the day strong.
Pia Marangoni now is about to complete her competition with 175.
Big energy there in the platform from Pia. This is 0.5 of a kilo above her deadlift PB, and I imagine a South African national record.
A little bit too much. But I'm sure she's enjoyed her experience. It's her first Worlds for a while. I think her first one lifting in the Open too.
Yeah, it is, and I was chatting with her and she said this is kind of her practice round for Masters Worlds, and I think it's good to know all of the things she's found out today moving forward to Masters, where she'll be super competitive.
Mayara Cabral, I think she's just running out of steam a little bit. By the time you get to your final deadlift, she's given so much, and her opening deadlift was tough. Second one was even harder. This is 2.5 kilos more.
Let's see if she's got that Brazilian grind in her. Wow, she got the Brazilian heart for
She's
sure.
got the spirit. Didn't quite come off though. You can see how much effort she put into that.
Yeah, when the brakes start revving like that, you know you're cooked.
It's Anna Rodriguez for 192.5.
I believe this will be for a personal best.
Yeah, her best so far is 190.
And I think this would leave her 9 for 9. Wow, what a fantastic final haul from Anna. 2 to 1, a good lift.
I think she did miss her last bench,
Oh,
but 8 for 9 is a pretty good day out in anyone's book.
yeah, fantastic.
Doing a lap of honour around the platform.
Plenty of energy left, it seems.
And it's Kristina Rakowska to repeat the 192 that defied her on a second.
Yeah, you seem to think that maybe the bar got into a bad position, and hopefully that is the case.
When I looked at the replay, as she started to pull, the bar rolled into her. So maybe if she hits this just right.
Oh, there we go, Joe. Wow, you were absolutely right. That was a completely different lift.
And it's hard to spot sometimes, but if you make the tiniest mistake when you're at the very limit of your strength, it looks like an abject failure. But just getting her technique absolutely perfect.
Yeah, even better than her opener in the end, it seems. Jane Jones there, handling Mia.
Just waiting for the bar to be cleaned. We clean the bar between every attempt on the third round. Here's Mia Kovacs looking absolutely unconcerned with 202.5 on the bar.
Wow. She is just so strong. I don't think she knows her ceiling yet.
I don't think she does. She has been absolutely great today and put so much weight on the lift. Can't wait to see what she does next.
Another athlete doing a lap of honour there behind the platform. Yeah, she has a very bright future ahead of her.
We are right up at the pointy end now, and this is Brittany Romas, Australia. She has showed really well for her team, looking to finish the day with 202.5.
There it is. 3 white lights, a good lift. She's had a great day.
Yeah, she should be proud. I'm sure she is.
And I don't have to tell you, Team Australia probably had to come one of the furthest to travel here today.
You always know there's a competition in the offing when the Kiwis and the Aussies start posting airport pictures. You go, it's probably time for me to pack them.
Yeah, a little bit before everyone else arrives there.
2 lifts remain, and they are whoppers. Here's Agnes Rudin for 210. And she has done this weight before, but her second was getting really difficult to break from the floor. An interesting stance, quite wide but toes forward. Yeah, and I did think she was close to the limit.
Yeah, not quite there today, but there's a lot of passion in that young lady. Team Sweden there with their classic shiny blue bum bags as they carry every year, the coaches. It's a bit of a staple for them. We love seeing it every time.
And we have a final lift of this 76 kilo B group. It's Mara Hammes. And she's been almost unstoppable. Didn't quite get a second deadlift. She's going to have another crack at it now.
This is well above what she's done on the platform before.
She pulled this quite easily on a second, but just lost her balance and tipped over. It is always a bit of a risk with a wide stance sumo.
Little wobble at the top there. Let's just wait for the lights.
So if we can get that replay from the front, then the coach is going to the jury table. I'm not sure it did it.
Yeah, that could really go either way. The coach has gone to the jury, and I'm not sure they're convinced.
I don't think he's getting anywhere with them. So look at that. We have 3 lifters finish their deadlift on 202.5. Romas, Rudin and Kovacs, with Hammes only 2.5 behind. And there's Agnes Rudin, 525 kilos total. Mara Hammes on 517. And Brittany Romas and Christina Rakowska not far off that magic 500 kilo total. So we'll take those results. We will add them to the A group later tonight to get the full results. Hope you'll join us then.
See you then.